Welcome back to the R. John Book Fieldhouse here at Concordia University, Wisconsin for the second game of our doubleheader between the Concordia Falcons and the Rockford Regents. It's the men's turn. The men's teams both take the floor here after on the heels of a women's victory for the Concordia Falcons against Rockford, and now making their magic number down to 2 in clinching the regular season Northern title for the women. The men's side coming in today's game 9-3, 14-7 overall, half game behind Lakeland at 10-3 and 17-5 overall. Before we get into the keys of the game, though, getting a little bit more inside those standings, Nathan.
All right, right now it's anyone's matchup here. The conference situation is taking shape here, but both these teams coming into this game with a lot to play for. Rockford at 6-6 is tied for third place in the South Division here. If they win, or both Benedictine and Chicago lose today, then Rockford's place is in the tournament, and the South Division is more or less decided between Wisconsin Lutheran and Rockford, taking out the last 4 spots. Concordia already has its position solidified. They have clinched the spot here. They're a half a game behind Lakeland here. So if Concordia were to win today and Lakeland were to lose, then Concordia would be sitting pretty on top of the North Division for the first time this season, and in a good position with momentum here with facing MSOE. If they manage to beat MSOE and tie with them, then they would have the tiebreaker, and Concordia would have the North Division completely sewn up.
Both teams coming into today's game with some winning streaks. Concordia has won their last 4. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're the CIT champions. And Rockford coming into this game having won 3 straight. Prior to that had lost 8 straight. So they're coming into this game as well on a bit of a winning streak too. As far as keys to the game, Nathan, what does Concordia have to do today to win this basketball game?
Well, the big thing that the Concordia Falcons are going to have to do here is, 1, use their size, which they have a slight advantage against Rockford's speed, but 2 is they need to use their bench. Rockford does not sub a lot. The majority, over 60% of their games, they only play 7 players. Over half, they played as many as 10. Concordia regularly goes deep into their bench, 11, 12 players here. Concordia needs to use their depth wisely, need to get their subs in the game. Everyone has to contribute, and they need to wear down Rockford with their greater numbers.
Concordia coming to this game, as we mentioned, the CIT champions. They're coming off of a win against Edgewood earlier this week, winning 67-50. Extend that win streak to 4. Brian Donaldson with 14 points and 1 turnover. Mark Pace with 8 points. Brian Jackson with 8 points and 7 rebounds. Steve Zielinski only 1 point in that game, but 6 blocks for the Falcons. They had 7 players with at least 6 points in that game. For the Regents, they're coming off a win against Concordia Chicago, another 14-point victory for them. Suki had 26 points and 6 rebounds. That's Scott Suki, probably the best player on the team. Tori Minifield had 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 steals. And O'Brien, that is John O'Brien, the 6'2 freshman, had 16 points and 4 rebounds. Dixon with 11 points and 6 rebounds in that game. One of the keys to today's game is going to be protecting the basketball, because Rockford, what they'll do is they'll take a lot of chances on defense to get steals. They're one of the best teams in the conference as far as getting steals. They're first in the conference with 9 steals a game. They averaged forcing teams to turn the ball over 16 times per game. And Concordia is one of the weaker offenses as far as turning the ball over. They're probably one of the worst teams in the conference at 15 turnovers per game. So hopefully the weakness for Concordia won't play right into the hands of Rockford here today.
That's very true, but these teams are very, very oddly matched at the moment here. As you said, Rockford, a very fast team, loves to take chances and take advantage of here. Concordia has a lot of size that they can use to their advantage here, but they do have to protect the basketball against a team like Rockford, who has 3 players who average in double figures in scoring, and will love to create opportunities for their teammates. The Falcons need to protect the ball, play smart, and as I said before, just play good, solid basketball with as many players as they can, hopefully to wear down Rockford, and Rockford uses its speed and works itself out early.
Concordia has 6 seniors as we are here on senior day. Brian Donaldson, Al Caulfelt, Mark Pace, Brian Jackson, Steve Zielinski, and Casey Kegley. 4 of those players will be starting today for Concordia, and we'll get into the starting lineups right now. For the Rockford Regents, Scott Suki, a 6-foot junior guard from Genoa, Illinois. Tori Minifield, those are probably the 2 better players for the team. 6-foot junior from Blue Island, Illinois. Arthur Miller IV, a 6-foot junior guard from Burlington, Wisconsin. David Dixon, a 6'4" junior forward from Bellwood. my apologies for running right into the national anthem there. Last game they didn't play the national anthem before the second game. But to finish out the Rockford Regents starting lineup, 6'4" guard from DeKalb, Illinois, Grant Olson. So it's Scott Suki, Corey Minifield, Arthur Miller IV, Grant Olson, and David Dixon will all be on the floor for the Regents. For the Concordia Falcons, Brian Donaldson, a 5'11" senior from Greenfield, Wisconsin. Malcolm Bowers, a 6'3" sophomore from Germantown, Wisconsin. Mark Pace, a 6'4" senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Brian Jackson, a 6'5" senior from Carroll Stream, Illinois. And the big man, Steve Zielinski, a 6'9" senior from Brown Deer, Wisconsin. Some names to look out for today. Scott Suki, one of the highest scoring players in the conference at 18 points a game. David Dixon averages 14 points a game. One of the players that has not played very much this year, Nick Kroll, will be playing today. He played his first game against Concordia Chicago in the last 15 games, so he had been hurt for much of this streak. And John O'Brien, who really had just been getting into the starting lineup, or into the lineup, I should say, into the rotation, has averaged 11 points per game during this 3-game win streak. So the freshman also stepping up and doing a very nice job so far for the Regents.
All right, Bill, it's going to be a very interesting game here because, as I said, both teams have a lot to play for. And Rockford is a team that does not sub very often. They've played for the most part the same 7 players every game. Some players would actually start 6-10 games, but only actually play in 15 of them. They're not a team that has a very set rotation. This, however, can lend them the air of unpredictability against the Falcons, who have a pretty set rotation, deep as it is.
Coaches for today's game for the Regents, Ryan Rebsam and Sean Cassidy, the coach of your Concordia Falcons, coming off his 100th victory in his career here at Concordia. Just about ready to start up today's game, the second game of the doubleheader here on the Bluff. Concordia coming up in their schedule. This is going to be the last home game of the year for the Falcons. They really only had 8 home games for the entire year in just a couple weeks, and not too many home games for the Falcons here this year. They go on the road for the last 3 at MSOE, at Wisconsin Lutheran, and at Maranatha Baptist, and the Regents are here today at Aurora against the first place team in the conference, at home against Edgewood, and then at Benedictine. So they'll finish on the road for 3 of their last 4 as well. Just about to get started here at the Book.
This key is a critical juncture, Bill, as you mentioned, last home game of the season, but going again up against one of the big rivals for first place, MSOE. Falcons want to go into that game with as much momentum as possible. They need to be hungry for a win here tonight.
Well, it'd be nice to go into that game as well with a 1-game lead on MSOE. We're ready for the tip, and tip is controlled by the Falcons. Donaldson with the ball outside right. Now between the circles, give to Bowers. Excuse me, that's Pace. Pace back to Donaldson. Donaldson now Pace. Pace will fire from 3. No good. Short. Rebound. Bowers up and good. He got it to go. 2-0 Concordia.
Malcolm Bowers, classified as a guard, but it's surprising how that classification exists because that man is present in almost all rebounds, and there's a steal by him right there.
Bowers dribbled the ball off the referee. It should have been out of bounds. He goes up and good. Quick timeout called by Rockford as Miller was pickpocketed by Bowers. Bowers could not play in this week's game, was getting over some issues as far as getting registered for classes, and now he's playing today and making an instant impact.
He's already got their first 4 points there. That was a very, very, very funny play to watch there. The ref kept trying to get out of the way. Bowers kept going the same direction. Malcolm Bowers already showing his key aggressivity, his trademark, and Rockford calling a quick 20-second timeout to avoid the Falcons getting all the momentum so early in the game.
Miller bringing the ball up, guarded by Donaldson closely. Now give to Suki. Suki working his way into the lane. Suki up, blocked by Zielinski, and Jackson gathers up to Bowers. Inside, Zielinski. Now outside, Jackson. Jackson fires a 3. Good! Brian Jackson, and it's 7-0 Concordia already.
That's one of the best plays I've seen the Falcons run all year, was Zielinski getting a block literally out of nowhere. I didn't even see him near the play when he blocked it. And the ball moving from Bowers to Zielinski to Jackson was utterly perfect. 7-0 Falcons.
Miller working his way inside. Dixon up, no good, but a foul.
Brian Jackson getting a little over-aggressive there. It's early in the game here. The Falcons are already fired up, having scored 7 points with 1:16 already played.
Dixon to the line for 2. Second leading scorer on this team. First shot is up and no good. Not a very good free throw shooter. 66% on the season for David Dixon, the 6'4 junior from Bellwood, Illinois. Second shot up and nothing but net. 7-1 Concordia.
Falcons here putting on the aggressivity early, but Rockford throwing on a press trap early as well.
Rockford will take a lot of chances and try to get a lot of steals in this basketball game. Jackson, right through the zone. Give Pace. Pace long 3. Good, Mark Pace. And they're looking to shoot out of that zone. 10-1 Concordia.
Concordia so far apparently has done their homework, Bill, because they're seeming to find all the holes in Rockford's defense early and often.
Minnifield outside. Now working his way in. Up and good. Nice move there by Dixon.
Dixon there was in perfect position to make that move. That was an excellent move. Brian Jackson could do very little to stop it.
Pace, now to the middle. Jackson, now inside Zielinski. Zielinski forcing his way up, blocking foul and a foul. And the bucket.
I already mentioned it, but once again, the Falcons seem to know exactly where to pass and dribble the ball. They are cutting holes through Rockford's defense with a lethal efficiency right here. Now Zielinski has a chance for the three-point play, make this a double-digit lead for the first time tonight.
Concordia up 9 early. Zielinski's first is up, and it is good. 13-3 Concordia. Zielinski already has eclipsed his total from earlier this week. Miller, between the circles, getting some picks. Give to Minnifield. Minnifield working his way right, lost him. Now it's stolen by Jackson. Jackson give to Donaldson. Donaldson almost traveled with it, but collects and brings the ball ahead. Here's Pace. Pace quickly to Bowers. Bowers back to Pace. Now Donaldson sets up the offense. 21 seconds on the shot clock here. Pace, give back Donaldson. A lot of room here for Concordia as the 2-3 zone. Jackson looking inside, nothing there. Give back Donaldson. Donaldson now back to Jackson. Jackson to Pace. Pace fires up a 3. No good. Airballed it. Rebound to Zielinski. Knocked off of Rockford, but they say it touched Zielinski on the way back out. It'll be Rockford basketball.
Zielinski threw it off of Torrey Minnifield, but it bounced back onto Zielinski, and their excellent hustle there by Zielinski. He just happened to throw the ball a little too hard on the save.
Just a little unlucky. Minnifield back to Miller. Miller now to Suki. Suki guarded by Bowers closely. Pass over to Olsen. Olsen looking for some space. Nothing there. Now nice pass to Miller, and it's up and good. 13-5 Concordia.
We spoke about Rockford's speed, and right there was a classic example of why you need to play them close, because they can find opportunities just by outrunning you.
Donaldson inside. Ball stolen away, and it'll roll out of bounds. Nice play by Miller as he got the ball away from Zielinski, but he couldn't quite catch up to it.
Arthur Miller showing once on the defensive end that Rockford's speed can get you here. Concordia's been playing a good offensive game here so far, but they need to protect the ball a little bit better. They're going to go right up against this 2-3.
Outside to Donaldson, now right back to Pace. Pace now give to Donaldson to set up the offense. 2-3 zone here for Rockford. No one at the top of the key to gather. Bowers now to Jackson. Jackson at 15, working his way inside. Give Pace. Pace now down just inside the three-point line. 4 seconds on the shot clock, 2 seconds on the shot clock. He carried the ball, and it'll go back to Rockford.
Concordia showing excellent poise. They're looking for the shot there, but Rockford playing an excellent zone there. First, their zone was being neutralized, but Concordia is spreading the floor here. But Rockford playing an excellent off defense.
Rockford's zone confused Concordia on that run right there as Suki's ball is blocked away, and here comes Concordia on a run out. Here comes Bowers. Bowers inside. Jackson up, and he just missed it, but a foul.
Excellent move there, and fast break there by Concordia. Malcolm Bowers showing great court since the no-look pass there. Jackson almost had a chance for the three-point play, but he can still make these 2 free throws and put Concordia up by 10 yet again.
First shot for Jackson is up and good. You know you have a good shot to win for Concordia if they're actually making their free throws. Not a very good free throw shooting team on the season, but started out nicely today. Second is up and no good. 8th in the conference in shooting free throws of the Falcons. Here comes Miller. Little bump by Donaldson, nothing called. Olsen now to Suki. Suki works it back. Dixon fires up a three. No good. Rebound long to Bowers. Here he comes. Bowers past Miller. Down the lane at 15 feet now outside. Donaldson thought about it, passed it up. Now give. Jackson wide open for three. Good. Brian Jackson hits it. And it's 17-5 Concordia.
The Falcons showing Rockford that they can hurt them from all over the court. Zielinski and Bowers, and now Jackson.
Rockford wholly unwilling to guard Jackson on that last possession. Suki with the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Bowers, probably the best on-ball defender. Now gets the ball to Olsen. Olsen over the top of the board and out of bounds. It'll go back to Concordia.
Rockford is a very fast team here, but Concordia so far is doing just the right thing on the offensive end here by spreading the floor, luring Rockford out there to take those chances, penetrating to get the zone to bunch up. They're finding opportunities where they need to.
Jackson give to Donaldson. Now to Bowers. Ball almost stolen away, but gathered by Bowers. Now back to Jackson. Jackson Bowers looking for a pick. Goes inside. Bowers goes up and no good. And a foul on Zielinski, it looks like. We have a foul on Zielinski on the push, so the ball will go back to the Regents. Casey Kegley, another senior, checks into the game for Concordia.
Rockford here's down by 12 here, very fast team. Their ability to go after the ball starting to rattle the Falcons a little bit here. Now let's see what they can do on their offensive end here as they show them they can be very, very quick and efficient.
Olsen at the three-point line. Zielinski backs way off of him. Now comes up as he stops his dribble. Now Suki stops his dribble on the baseline. Ball knocked away by Bowers and a bounce.
Concordia playing straight up man-to-man. Not as fast as a team as Rockford, but they play a very aggressive help man-to-man defense, hoping to deny Rockford a chance to get him open man under the basket.
Dixon left to Miller. Now to Minifield. Minifield working his way. Inside, ball and a block by Zielinski. He got the push there, and Zielinski picks up his second foul.
Zielinski there made the tactical mistake of jumping on the shot there. He'd already rolled Minifield parallel with the backboard. You can't make that shot from that angle. All you have to do is go straight up. That was a reckless foul there by Zielinski, and now it looks like Boubacar Kamara is going to come in there to give Zielinski a quick rest.
Minifield's first is up, and it is good. Torrey Minifield averaging 12 points per game and shoots 73% as Kamara checks in now for Zielinski, and Zielinski will hit the bench for probably the majority of the first half.
He probably will not be back here until about the 5 to 6 minute mark of the first half. The Falcons, we said, have to rely on their bench. Now they're going to have to.
Offensive rebound by Olsen. Gets back to Suki, now to Minifield. Minifield inside on pace, up and good. And a three-point possession here for Rockford at 17-8 Concordia.
Falcons need to find a way to cover Minifield. He's been slashing to the basket a little too well for any coach's taste.
Bowers, outside right. Give now to Kegley.
So Rockford has shifted to a man-to-man.
Kegley, pace, inside looking for Jackson. Ball knocked away by Dixon, but out of bounds. Ball here to Concordia.
Concordia continue trying to spread the floor, trying to get Rockford to overcommit on the passes. Rockford seems to have found their rhythm here. They seem to have some defensive troubles here, but they're finding a rhythm here. Concordia needs to find a way to crack it.
Jackson takes the inbound, give to Kegley, now back towards Pace. Pace wide open for three, good! Mark Pace hits another one, and it's 20-8 Concordia.
Mark Pace is a very deadly shooter, one of the best shooters on the team, and he's going to make him hurt all day. They let him look open like that.
Into the game fresh is Jones. Air ball as Jones gets that and goes up and makes that one.
Concordia needs to play with a little more awareness there. That second opportunity should not have existed.
Kegley out at the half-court line. Guarded closely by O'Brien. Ball knocked out of bounds by O'Brien and will stay with Concordia.
Concordia seems to have led by double digits almost for half the time of the gameplay so far. And Mark Scholes, the third sub into the game here, as the Falcons are trying to wear down Rockford.
Ball knocked away by Suki and will stay with Concordia. Scholes into the game, along with Kegley, Pace, Boubacar Kamara, and Brian Jackson. Minifield, Suki, O'Brien, Jonas, and a shot by Pace. Quick shot, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. No, gathered. Oh, it was a wide open layup, but they're going to say the ball was out of bounds first, and we'll stay with Concordia.
Kegley there, good hustle, but that ball was already well out of bounds along with Sam Jonas. Good hustle there by Kegley, but just let him fall out of bounds.
Full 35 here for Concordia. Scholes gives to Pace. Pace now Jackson. Jackson give back to Scholes. Scholes right back to Jackson at the top of the key. Jackson quickly inside. Give now inside to Kamara. Kamara looking for some space. Nothing there. Ball tipped away and gathered by Kegley with 17 on the shot clock. Here comes Kegley on the left. Kegley still moving and a push foul. A push called on Minifield. And a fresh 35 for Concordia.
Excellent play there by Kegley, keeping the play alive, watching for the confusion on Rockford as they try to call up the screen. Good way to draw the foul.
Jackson now to Kegley. Looking for some space to give now to Scholes. Scholes around the screen, give Jackson. Jackson working the baseline. Back to Kamara. Kamara looks to go up, ball knocked away from him. Ball gathered by Rockford, and here come the Regents.
Collins broke the play there. Looks like Kamara dribbled off his own foot.
Inside is Suki from Minifield. Suki goes up. No shot. And a foul called on Kegley on the ground. Both Caulfields looking to check into the game here for Concordia. So Kegley's first. Concordia has a 20-10 lead with 12:09 left in the first half. Well, they're going to say Suki was shooting. His first is up, and it is good. Both Caulfields into the game. Keith and Al check in for Kamara and Pace.
Falcons once again continuing to substitute a great amount of players here in an attempt to keep their big guns fresh. They have now subbed 5 times.
Second shot for Suki is up and good. And it's an 8-point lead for Concordia. Here comes Kegley. Around a screen. Stutters, another around a screen. Jackson, open 3, no good. Rebound, it was long. Rebound to Suki.
Falcons shooting's gone a little cold here. Once again, this is the case of women's game. You want to take your time, find the right shot. Rockford's going to attack all day, but just find that right shot. That's the most important thing.
Suki give to Olsen, now to Minifield. Minifield around a screen, gets a nice pick. Now to O'Brien, back to Olsen. Olsen working his way inside, fell down and he traveled. Olsen traveled, turnover the Regents. Falcon basketball.
It's a good call. Grant Olsen there tripped on his own foot. Before any contact was made there, a lot of people probably wanted to foul there on the Rockford camp. But Concordia played good defense there and forced Rockford to make a silly turnover. We're getting over-aggressive and reckless.
Caulfield. Give Scholes now to Al Caulfield. Now to Kegley around a screen. Give Scholes looking inside. Nice lob pass. Caulfield up and good. Keith Caulfield with a nice play, and it's 22-12 Concordia.
Keith Caulfield, an excellent post player, knows how to make the cut there. There he got his man to overplay, and he had an open rim right behind him.
O'Brien picks up his dribble looking for anybody to pass the ball to. Ball gathered up, almost stolen away, and a timeout called by O'Brien as he fell on that one on the ground.
That was a very close call there as we picked up one of his feet off the ground. You pick up 2, that's an automatic travel. Good hustle on that part of Mark Scholes there to see that he picked up his dribble and just smacked the ball away to try to force a turnover.
10:57 left in this first half. It's a 10-point lead for the Concordia Falcons, and so far it's been fueled by the hot shooting that they had earlier in this basketball game because, as you said, Nathan, they certainly have leveled off here in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Very true. The Falcons have had a little bit of a leveling off here, but their defense is doing what it needs to do. It's keeping Rockford off balance, not letting them attack the basket, not letting them shoot from the outside, playing tight defense so that they wear themselves out by overusing their speed. Rockford is an excellent team and knows how to attack the basketball, but the Falcons have been patient on offense, they've been patient on defense. That patience might be the key to the game here tonight.
Concordia, one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the conference, is so far 4 of 8 from downtown and 2 of 3 from the free throw line, shooting 62% overall from the field. shooting 8 of 13 there. So shooting very well to start this game against the Regents. And also only 2 turnovers so far, which is very important for this team because the Regents thrive on turning over their opponents.
Right now the Falcons are in a good position here, almost halfway through the first half. The Falcons just need to keep playing good defense. Maybe use the shot clock a little bit wiser. Right now they've substituted 5 new players in. All the starters, with the exception of Jackson, is sitting right now. Why is the decision that? Because Jackson's doing pretty well right now defensively.
O'Brien gives to Olsen between the circles. Looking for Jones. Jones at 17 feet fires up a shot and makes it. 22-14 Concordia.
Excellent look there. Concordia needs to score in this possession here just to establish a little set of dominance here. A double-digit lead going into the halftime is what you want here, but you still have half this first half to play, so you want to keep them at arm's length.
Jackson, give to Scholes. Scholes working his way up. Now give Caulfield. Caulfield, spin move underneath and up and good. A nice move again by Caulfield, and it's a 10-point lead for Concordia.
One of the stunning things about Keith Caulfield is how fast he is on the block here. Post players aren't typically very fast, but Keith Caulfield has very, very quick feet.
Suki on the right. He'll play most of this game. Olsen. Now over to Jones. Jones looking for some space. Give back Suki. Suki works the baseline. Now back to Jones and kicked out on the screen. Now to Minifield. Minifield at the top of the key. Suki gathers 6 seconds of the shot clock. Suki down the lane. Running shot up, no good. Rebound to Jackson. Pulls that one down, and he is fouled by Suki on the reach. Concordia basketball.
Suki called for the foul because he came behind Jackson. I mean, it's good hustle on his part, but you come behind to try for the tie-up, they're going to call you for the reach in there because he has the position and you were interfering with his ability to play basketball.
On the floor for Rockford, Phil Andrade, as well as 22, and that's Dixon. Caulfield, turnaround hook shot, no good. Scholes tried for a tip back, no good there. And Andrade with the rebound.
That was almost a goaltend on Rockford as one player got his hand above the rim. He didn't make contact, so that's why it wasn't called. But that was pretty close.
Outside, now inside. Here comes Dixon. Dixon, nice move up and under, and he got it to go. 24-16 Concordia.
Both teams playing pretty well right now. Concordia has the edge here, but Concordia needs to play a little better defense. It looks like an offensive illegal screen call.
Al Caulfield cleared out Andrade, and the foul is on Caulfield. Jackson checks out of the game. Mark Pace back into the game for the Falcons.
Mark Pace brought in here to add a little offensive boost here and just leadership here. Mark Pace is a very good all-around player and been leaders in this team.
O'Brien give to Dixon. Dixon working his way against Pace. Lost the ball, almost went out of bounds. Give back Suki. Suki guarded by Scholes. Doing a very nice job so far on the leading scorer for the Regents. Suki looking and finds Dixon. Dixon at 15. Takes a shot from Donaldson. No call there, offensive or defensive, and it's a missed shot in Concordia basketball.
Donaldson didn't get the call because he actually leaned into the contact, and it looks like the refs are letting him play here today anyway.
Letting those bumps go. Caulfield inside. Nice move again. Up and good, and a foul.
I mentioned it before, the thing that makes Keith Caulfield so efficient is how fast his feet are. The way he moves his feet on the shuffle allows him to go around players, where most post players can't really do that.
Caulfield averaging just about 4 points a game, has 6 already for the Falcons, and this bench mob for Concordia again excelling. His free throw is good, and it is 27-16 Concordia with 8:28 left in the first half. O'Brien up the floor across midcourt quickly, guarded by Donaldson. Now guarded by Pace on the switch as Brody fell down, and here comes Suki, guarded by Donaldson. Now give back Andrade, long shot, no good. Rebound to Brody, and back come the Falcons. Here comes Scholes. Scholes inside quickly, up, no good, no foul, and the ball stays with Concordia as it was knocked out of bounds by Rockford.
Mark Scholes, since he's been in, has been trying to penetrate to the basket to get a foul call, to draw a foul, but so far the refs are letting him play in that position.
Brody give to Donaldson, who gives to Pace. Pace fires up a long two. Got it! Pace hits it, and it's 29-16 Concordia.
When you're hot, you're hot, and Mark Pace has been hot all day here. Rockford needs to cool him down, and they want to survive.
Suki inside for Jones, looking for some space. Nothing there. Dixon now working his way inside. Up, no good. It rolled off the rim. Pace gathers the rebound.
Falcons got lucky there. He's been making that move all day, and it's worked out for him. There, the gravity just kind of worked against him.
Brody around and on the baseline, no good, but a foul. And he will go to the line for 2.
Falcons finally getting some luck attacking the basket and drawing a foul here. Falcons need to keep that aggressive attack here. They haven't gotten any fouls really called here until now, but eventually they will come.
Foul on Jones, his second, and he will probably check out of the game here as Brody makes the first. No, it's Suki checking out, and Minifield is back in. Bowers into the game for Scholes. So it's it's Bowers, Donaldson, Brody, Caulfield, and Pace on the floor for Concordia. Second for Brody is good. Nothing but net, and it's a 15-point lead for the Falcons.
Falcons, their biggest lead here so far, have been done a tremendous job of just attacking a basket. Rockford needs to start some scoring because they've gone dry here these last 4 minutes.
Minifield fires a 3. Got it. Torrey Minifield hits a 3, and it's 31-19 Concordia.
Rockford can shoot the long ball. Concordia needs to keep their man-to-man tight to prevent opportunities like that.
Here's Donaldson. Donaldson works his way inside. Ball stolen away, but out of bounds. And it'll stay here with Concordia.
John Ennis is a big fellow, but it's a deceptive look for him. He's a very, very fast basketball player for his position, and he read that pass like a book. Pace
inbound. Swung around now to Donaldson. Pace looking for that one again. Pace thought about the 3, thought about it again, now passes it up, looking to go inside. Give to Bowers. Bowers at 15. Bowers inside. Bowers knifing his way through and got it to go.
Malcolm Bowers fearless going to the basketball hoop, and you have to admire the way he and Mark Pace seem to be attuned to each other's movements, because Pace knew that Bowers was open, and that play worked out well for the Falcons.
O'Brien fired a 3 up and missed it, but they got the offensive rebound, and it's still Regents' ball. Outside left with 6.5 left here in the first half. Jones fighting for it, and a foul is going to be called on Bowers as he thought he had tied him up, but they're going to say a foul on the arm, and it's going to be a 35-second clock now again for the Regents.
Both teams with 6 fouls so far. Their aggressivity is finally starting to catch up with them. I said they would start calling some fouls eventually, and now is apparently the time.
A screen, an illegal screen is going to be called against Andrade as he flattened Donaldson. Donaldson took one right on the chin there. They see an illegal screen, and the ball goes back to Concordia.
Brian Donaldson, if he's anything, he's tough. And like I said, aggressivity is catching up with these two teams here finally, as they're making fouls down the stretch that they really don't need, as it's going to be a bonus situation here for both teams now.
Concordia, it's Pace. Pace driving, travel with the basketball. Turnover, Falcons. Ball goes back to the Regents.
Falcons there, Mark Pace, who's a very fast player there. Sometimes a little too fast for his own good. A lot of refs don't like to see that extra little stutter step before you take off on the dribble. In this case, they just caught him.
Long inbound pass to Dixon. Dixon worked on by Pace. Dixon give to Minifield, guarded by Bowers. Bowers all over Minifield. Minifield threw the ball away, and it's gathered and saved down to the baseline. Back to Dixon. Dixon working his way against Brody, up and no good. Rebound to Pace, fights for it, gathers it. He's bringing the ball up. 14-point lead for Concordia. Brody back to Pace. Wide open 3. No good. Rebound to the Regents.
Falcons moving the ball there really well there. Pace just wasn't on for that three-point shot. Got to give the Falcons credit for the way they really fought for that basketball.
Bowers harassing Minifield. Give to O'Brien. Guarded by Bowers on the switch. Now to Andrade. Now inside Dixon. Dixon forcing his way back out. Cross-court pass. Wide open 3. Good. That's O'Brien.
Finally for Rockford, they finally get another three-point shot there. The Falcons need to watch that a little tighter here coming the second half, because Rockford's a team that can hit the 3-ball. When they warm up, very few things can stop them.
Rockford struggled on the year shooting three-pointers. Pace fires up another long 2. You're going to say it's a 2-pointer. He got it, though, and it's 35-22 Concordia.
I said you're hot. Mark Pace has been pretty hot all day.
Almost forces a turnover there on Dixon. Gets to Minifield. Minifield working around. Another screen for O'Brien. Long three. Got it again.
Falcons need to watch that because they keep making three-pointers like that. They will chip away at this lead, 1 3-pointer at a time.
O'Brien already eclipsing his per-game average for the season. He's got 6 now, and it's a 10-point lead for Concordia. Donaldson working his way around. Nice move, Donaldson. Underneath. Got it good.
Donaldson beat John O'Brien by letting John O'Brien overplay him there. Nice ball fake, and Brian Donaldson, one of the many players in this Concordia team that will not be denied here today.
Minifield between the circles, guarded by Donaldson. Now guarded by Pace on the switch. Minifield down the lane, up and good. Pretty easy bucket there for Minifield, and it's a 10-point game.
Both teams getting hot on the scoring end here. Concordia doing what they have to do to keep them at arm's length until the halftime.
We're just inside 4 minutes, and it's a 10-point lead for Concordia. Donaldson, he will not take that shot unless he's wide open. So he brings it back out with 17 on the shot clock to run the offense. Give to Bowers. Bowers now to Brody. A hold underneath as Brody was getting ready to dribble in, and the call on Minifield, and it's a foul on the Regents. That sends Concordia to the line.
Well, it looks to be on Torrey Minifield who got a hand on Bauer. On Pace.
Looks like we're a little confused as to who's shooting it. Bauer steps up now to the line for his one-on-one. First of the one-on-one is up, and it is no good. He missed it.
Bauer's not the strongest free throw shooter here. Mark Pace, on the other hand, is a player you want to avoid here. Malcolm Bowers can be pretty hit or miss from time to time.
Bowers all over Miller, and no foul called as now they got Brody and Miller, and Bowers now guarding Minifield with the ball. Between the circles, now it's Pace and a block called on Pace as Bowers has to watch it underneath here. A little bit of words between Bowers and Minifield, and the referee breaks it up pretty quickly. 1-1 coming up for Minifield.
Falcons playing once again very aggressive defense, trying to force an error in the backcourt. But they're getting a little over-aggressive here. You want to stay a little calm with 3:20 left to play on the clock.
Minifield, first shot coming up of the 1-1 with a 10-point lead for Concordia. First shot is up, and it is good. 9-point lead for the Falcons.
Once again, Rockford's got back within the single digits here. You got to give credit to the way Rockford stayed. They trailed by as much as 16 at one point, and they're right back in this game.
Second shot for the guard from Rockford is up, and it is good. It's an 8-point lead for Concordia.
Falcons should take a little time off the clock here. Look for a good smart shot. No reason to rush it at this juncture in the first half.
Kegley's in for Donaldson. He has the ball between the circles. Give now Brody. Brody working his way down the baseline is up, and it is good. Steve Brody with a beautiful play. 39-29 Concordia.
Steve Brody trying to draw that foul that Concordia's been looking for. Didn't get it. They got to give credit for staying with the play, hitting the deck and still getting the two.
We're inside 3 minutes. Give to O'Brien, who almost tripped and lost out of the bounce. O'Brien right down the lane past Kegley. Shot up. No, and an offensive foul.
Brian Jackson, excellent job there. Rockford digging their own grave here with the foul so far here. That was an excellent play by Jackson. That denied Rockford a chance to get back inside of single digits, and that will give Concordia the momentum here in this critical last 3 minutes.
O'Brien's first foul, he goes to the bench. Olsen back in. Pace with the ball at the top of the key. Finds Brody. Wide open three for Brody. No good. Rebound to Rockford.
Brody can be a very good three-point shooter. He needs to warm up a little bit, though. Once he gets hot, though, that was a good look. Not the shot they needed at that play.
Dixon, nice pass inside to Olsen. Right back to Dixon on the give and go, and it's up and good.
Got to give credit to the way Rockford passes the basketball. They're fighting opportunities that most teams just never see.
Kegley with the ball to set up the offense. We have about 2:09 left in the first half. Brody. 2-3 zone here for Rockford. Back now Kegley. Kegley works inside. Give Pace. Pace fires up a three. No good. Rebound to Kegley's fighting for it. Ball tipped away, and it'll stay with Concordia.
Kegley and Suki fighting for it. Suki just happened to be the unfortunate party to hit it last there. Great hustle by both these teams down the stretch.
Kegley inside. Nice pass to Jackson, up and good.
Brian Jackson saw a wide open lane there. I don't know how Rockford let that happen. It was an excellent cut by Brian Jackson.
Dixon to Suki, quickly up the floor, gives Olsen. Olsen at 10 feet, passed up a shot. Give now Minifield. Minifield down the lane, up, no, it will not count.
Mark Pace, excellent hustle. Once again, the Falcons proving one of their talents is getting in there to take the charge. And that's 10 fouls now in the half on Rockford.
Offensive foul on Minifield, and he will have to leave. He's got 3 fouls already. Nice play by Pace to force the offensive foul. Jackson back in the game. Jackson, Kegley, Caulfield back in the game, and now Brody and Pace as well on the floor for the Falcons.
Rockford's really digging their own grave here, the foul situation. 2 players, 3 fouls in the first half is no good.
Brody, quick shot up, and no good. He missed it. Rebound to Olsen. Here comes Miller. Miller on the push. Minute 20 left in the first half. 10-point lead for the Falcons. He traveled with the basketball. He got trapped on the sideline by 3 Falcons, and Miller dribbled himself right into a turnover.
Made the snap decision to stop there. Unfortunately, we were moving at that speed. Reflexively, you're going to take that extra step there. It was a good, excellent defensive effort there by Concordia to force yet another turnover.
Kegley brings it up. We got a minute 9 left. Kegley thought about a 3 and passed it up. Give to Jackson. Jackson now Pace. Pace looking inside, but nothing there. Pace now dribbles around the screen. Give Jackson now inside Caulfield. Caulfield working on Jones. Caulfield give back Pace. Pace at the top of the key. Ball tipped away, but gathered by Brody. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brody running the offense. Looking for a screen. Went right down the lane. Give Pace. Pace fires up a long 3. Got it! Mark Pace!
Mark Pace with 13 in the first half here has been the guide and stay here for Concordia because he is the hottest player on the court right now.
Foul called on Jackson underneath, and that'll send Rockford to the line. Pace with 13. It's a 13-point lead for Concordia with 34 seconds left in the first half.
A lot of contact off the ball in this game so far. A lot of tension running high. Like I said, we mentioned before, both these teams have a lot to play for here today. Right now, both teams letting their aggressiveness get the better of them.
And they've been letting it go for the most part as far as the bumping, pushing, shoving. They've been letting both teams do that.
Well, there's a lot of contact on the floor there, so much so that I don't think the refs can really ignore all of it.
First shot for Olsen is up and good. It is a 12-point lead for Concordia as Jackson is checked out and Kamara is back in for him. Second shot for Olsen is no good. It's off the front of the rim. Kegley controls. 30 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Caulfield between the circles. Give Kegley. He'll set it up. We'll see if they hold for a last shot. Inside Caulfield. Looks like he's going to work. Caulfield turnaround jump shot blocked by Rockford, and they control.
Excellent defensive effort there by Rockford. Concordia needs to hold off, not let Rockford get a last shot off so that Concordia can walk to the locker room with their heads held high.
Suki with 7 seconds. Suki at the top of the key. 6 seconds left. Working his way inside. Running shot, no good, and he traveled. So Concordia gets it back. Suki holding the ball. Caulfield will check in. That'll be Al Caulfield checking into the game for another 3-point threat for Concordia.
3.1 seconds to catch and shoot situation. Concordia decides to get it.
Here's Kegley, ball knocked away from him, but he gathers. He shoots at half court. No good, and it wouldn't have counted. So it's a 12-point lead for the Concordia Falcons as we go to half. So far, Concordia shot very well, and they've been limiting the turnovers. What we talked about at the start of the game as being one of the bigger keys. They've got some foul trouble, though, so that'll be a big thing going into the second half.
It's going to be a big thing for both teams, Bill. Both these teams playing a very aggressive brand of basketball. 10 fouls for Rockford, 8 for Concordia. Rockford has 2 players with 3 fouls. It's going to come to Concordia doing everything right here. Right now, they're doing very, very well. They're on pace to score 88 points, which is about 18 more than they average. They just need to keep their defense as tight as possible, look for the smart opportunities, let Mark Pace heat it up again come second halftime, and hopefully the rest of the team contributes a little bit more, because right now they're sitting pretty right now going into the locker room.
Concordia with a 12-point lead. We're going into the half. Right now it is senior day, and the women's team will get their turn to put their seniors on the floor. We'll be back after a short break for the second half. This is the Concordia Falcons Sports Network.
2010, 2011, as well as 2009 and 2010. She was named All Northern Athletics Conference honorable mention, including All Northern Athletics Conference freshman team in 2009 and 2010. She is one of only 14 players who have scored 1,000 points in her career in the history of the 40 years in Wisconsin basketball. She is the author of Record and Skill, and the 22 Tiffany Henderson. A native of Oak Creek, Wisconsin, majoring in elementary and special education. This 5'4" guard is a 4-year letter winner. She has scored over 690 points, grabbed over 350 rebounds, assisted at over 330 field goals, and stolen over 100 passes in her career. She's the daughter of Marion Jeff, number 4, Brittany Zebo. Thank you and congratulations on a great career and best of luck in your future endeavors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the floor the Concordia University, Wisconsin cheer team.
from down here with WCSS Kansas for lightning competition.
And we're back at the Arjan Book Fieldhouse. It's halftime here at 44-32. Before we get into the stats, we have some scoring updates from around the league. And Nathan, what do you have for us?
All right, thank you, Bill. Right now, Wisconsin Lutheran is trailing Edgewood 36-27 at halftime. Marion is defeating Concordia Chicago 43-30. You already know the score here. The big game right now here is Aurora and Lakeland. Two first-place teams going at each other. Aurora leads Lakeland at half, 35-34, as we mentioned before. This is the big game here because if Aurora wins and Concordia wins, then Lakeland will be first place, no more, in the North Division.
So Concordia leading by 12 and Lakeland down right now as well. So if Concordia can win this game, as you said, there'll be a game up with about 3 games to go. And so those last 3 games, however, for Concordia are on the road. We're 44-32 here at the half. It is a 12-point lead for the Falcons. Leading the way so far, Mark Pace with 13 points, shooting very well, 5 of 10 from the field. And Brian Jackson with 9 points for the Falcons. Steve Zielinski was in foul trouble. Did not play after he got a second foul early in the first half. Had 3 points for the big fella as well. For the Regents, Torrey Minifield with 10 points, 7 points for David Dixon. And Scott Suki had 26 points in the last contest. Has only 2 so far. 0 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 8 turnovers for the Regents, and all importantly, only 4 turnovers for the Falcons so far. So what we thought were keys, taking care of the basketball, one of them, he's done that. They've done that so far very well.
Very true, Bill. One thing the Falcons need to look forward to now for this half, besides taking care of the ball, which they've been doing very well on, is spreading the love around here. Mark Pace, the carry a team, 13 points, excellent scoring threat. So you know for a fact Rockford's going to come out of this locker room looking right for him. But the Falcons have other proven scorers on this team. So Mark Pace, he stays hot, he stays hot. The Falcons need to show the love to the other scorers out there to keep Rockford off, remind them that Concordia is now only one man.
Concordia with 18 points in the paint, 7 points off of turnovers, only 2 points off of turnovers for the Regents. So a team that loves forcing turnovers and getting the ball into transition, only 2 points and only in 0 fast break points so far for the Regents. As we just get started here, we're getting ready for the second half. And in second half, Nathan, what's the big key for the second half to mean a victory here for Concordia?
The big key here for Concordia is simply play smart. They already are at 44-32. Rockford's obviously going to play their game. Concordia has the bench advantage. They have so far shot as well as they're going to probably shoot all season. They just need to keep playing the kind of basketball and not let Rockford get back into this basketball game. Rockford's down by 12. You got to keep them at that distance. Don't let Rockford get its confidence back and get within anything less than 7 points.
Suki with the ball as Rockford gets the ball to start the half. Minifield up and now gives to Miller. Miller no good on the shot. Rebounded by Concordia.
Concordia once again proving a dynamo on the defensive end on the boards.
Pace, give to Donaldson. Back to Pace. Now Jackson. Jackson, Donaldson. Donaldson, they leave him wide open. Jackson, another open 3, no good. Rebound, fought for and gathered by Bowers. Bowers goes up, blocked by Suki. And here comes Rockford.
Suki, an excellent block from behind it. That can be a very, very tricky play to make here because normally people just call over the back there. They managed to get his hand just in the right spot without making contact.
Minifield laboring down the floor as Suki fires up a 2 and makes his first field goal of the game. It's 44-34 Concordia. Minifield waving off his coach saying he's fine. And here's Donaldson between the circles. Looking for Zielinski, nothing there. Now inside ball tipped away, and it's Rockford basketball.
That was not the best play to make there. Brian Jackson was not in a position to make a play where he was standing and how he was defended.
Dixon inside, turnaround shot, up, no good, rebound to the Falcons.
Steve Zielinski, I think, almost cracked the glass there going for the block.
Pace, looking to go inside at 15. Pace ball knocked away from him, but a foul, and that's on Minifield, and that's his 4th.
That's going to be another key to this game here is the foul trouble that Rockford's already in. Their aggressiveness has been working against them. It's been happening to both teams, but Rockford has more players in foul trouble, and they really need to watch it in this final 18 and a half minutes of basketball.
Hopefully Minifield can get his knee looked at when he's on the bench there. Pace inside Zielinski. Zielinski now out Donaldson. Donaldson working his way in. Donaldson up, no good, and a blocking foul as he ran right over Miller. Miller might be hurt here. He stays on the floor.
Miller fell down on the contact there. He was in the wrong, but Donaldson came down on top of him. Donaldson had nowhere else to go. That was not malicious. Where else are you going to fall when you're in midair? It's unfortunate. It looks like he has the wind knocked out of him. He seems to be walking around. He seems to be okay. Let's hope so.
Bit of an ear problem. He gives a thumbs up to his coach. Ryan Rebsam now has 2 injured players within a minute and a half of this second half. Donaldson's first shot is up and good. It looked like Miller's feet were inside that oval underneath the no charge oval, so the block was called.
That's true, and what's worse, they made contact practically in mid-air. They're going to give that foul to the ball carrier, the ball handler every time.
Hard screen set out by Olsen, and Donaldson's a little ginger here. Ball tipped away, though. Here comes Donaldson. Donaldson up ahead. Zielinski going up. Big man! And a dunk for Steve Zielinski.
Steve Zielinski getting the crowd into it and trying to take the wind out of Rockford's sails. That was an excellent play on the defensive end. Brian Donaldson to Zielinski. That is how you do it when you want to win basketball games.
Donaldson's still a little affected by that pick from Olsen now on the floor. Andrade looking, now finds Olsen. Olsen at 15. Olsen stops the dribble. Give Suki. Suki long 3, no good. Rebound to Pace.
Donaldson,
ball stolen away by Miller and a push foul on Donaldson.
Brian Donaldson was a little surprised by that screen. It was a good screen. I just don't think Brian Donaldson saw it there. Was a little shocked to run headlong into someone's shoulder.
And that would be on, I believe that would be on Zielinski then to call that pick out if I'm not mistaken. Donaldson gets the foul. Olsen to the line. Olsen blocked by Zielinski. Gathered by Pace.
Falcons doing the right thing here. They're trying to ram it down Rockford's throat and establish their dominance early on.
Pace fires a 3 up, no good. Rebound and ball saved off of Miller, and it'll stay with Concordia. Zielinski with a nice play there.
Zielinski once again great awareness. You don't see a lot of awareness like that in a big man. I don't know what to do with the basketball on a loose ball like that.
Donaldson between the circles as the student section is getting into it here. Jackson give to Donaldson. Donaldson driving baseline. Now turns around. No, nice move, Donaldson. Outside the Pace for a wide open 3. No good. Rebound to Jackson. Open in the middle. He got it.
Good unselfish play there by Brian Donaldson to keep the play alive, and good awareness by Brian Jackson to go after the missed basket.
He faked me out. Donaldson looked like he was going to go back to the 3-point line and came right back to the lane. Miller now inside Andrade. Andrade nowhere to go. Ball thrown off of Jackson and stolen by Jackson. Here comes Donaldson. Donaldson up the floor quickly. Looking for a pass. Ball knocked out of his hands. Gathered by Rockford.
Refs letting him play one more time.
Suki. Give Miller. Miller thought about it. Almost traveled. Now give up. Dixon. Dixon up and good.
Rockford attacking the basket a little more directly after that last play. Concordia is reading their cutters very, very well. So Rockford's going to have to try the more direct approach from here on out.
14-point lead for Concordia. Bowers on the baseline. Bowers looking to go inside. Nothing there. Bowers works his way back around to the block. Missed the 2-foot shot.
Bowers outlasted the defenders there, but he just did not have enough energy to make that basket.
Andrade gives Suki now over to Olsen at 15 feet. Right back inside, but stolen away by Bowers. Here comes Bowers. Up the middle of the court to the free throw line. Out to Jackson. Jackson thought about a 3, passed it up. Jackson ball tipped away as he was driving inside by Miller. Sloppy play so far. Miller up and under, up and good for Miller. And it's 50-38, Concordia.
Donaldson wanted to take the charge there, but he still looks a little rattled from the very hard screen he took. And that was a mismatch all the way.
I think both Miller and Donaldson might have been hit on the ear, and they're setting off their balance a little bit here as Bowers give to Pace, now give to Jackson. Jackson right back to Pace. Pace going up and dunks it home. Mark Pace.
Falcons getting the crowd into it and firing up their bench to try to take the wind out of Rockford's sails, as I said before, and Rockford has yet to meaningfully respond to Concordia's enthusiasm.
Suki shot up, no good. Rebound tipped up, no good. Tipped up again, no good. And tipped in finally by Dixon, as he had 3 tips there, 3 offensive rebounds for the big fella.
You have to give Dixon credit for sticking with that play there. Most people would have given up at the try number 2.
Donaldson, 12-point lead for Concordia. Donaldson, nobody's guarding him, but he can't shoot threes very well. Now to Jackson on the baseline. Jackson back to Donaldson between the circles, and he'll set the offense. 16 on the shot clock. Donaldson back to Jackson. Jackson inside, ball stolen away. Another steal for Rockford.
Miscommunication there by Concordia.
Up ahead, Dixon gets a foul on Donaldson. He thought it was an offensive foul. They're going to call the block. Dixon will go to the line for 2.
Donaldson got in position there relatively decently, but that was a call that really could have gone either way here.
So Donaldson's second foul as he converses with the referee on the call. 3 Falcons waiting to come in the basketball game. Dixon's first, up, and it is good. 11-point lead for Concordia. Concordia already matching their amount of turnovers for the first half. 4 already in this half.
Well, both teams playing a much faster pace here, if that's even to be believed here. Looks like Sean Cassidy is pulling Brian Jackson, Brian Donaldson, Zielinski. They attempt to save him for down the stretch.
11-point lead as Dixon missed his second free throw. Here's Kegley, now to Pace. Pace, give Bowers on the skip pass. Bowers out on the left. Now Kamara in the game for Zielinski. Kegley in the game for Donaldson. Looking to go inside, nothing there. Give Pace on the right. Pace trying to go baseline, nothing there. Give back to Kegley. 12 seconds of the shot clock. Kegley works it over to Bowers. Bowers runs baseline. Bowers falls out of bounds, and it'll be out of bounds to Rockford.
Concordia bench thinks that Bowers was pushed. It's been one of those days for officiating where one day they're calling everything they see, and the next minute they seem to be letting a lot go. There's been a lot of contact in this game. They certainly can't call all of it, but still, it's been really, really interesting to see what they call and what they don't call.
O'Brien in the game for Miller as a foul is called underneath, and Bowers will get called on that one as Suki was pulled to the ground by Bowers.
And that was another one of those plays you just really can't ignore as much as you'd like to. Both teams, once again, aggressivity seems to be getting the better of them. It's 3 fouls to 2 fouls, Concordia leading now, and we're only 6 minutes into the second half.
Andrade looking to go up on the trees, up and good. And it's a 9-point lead for Concordia. They had a 16-point lead only a minute ago.
Concordia still with a lot of momentum here. They need to get a score in these next few opportunities just to remind Rockford who is leading in this basketball game.
Kamara at 15, give Pace. Kamara not much of an option offensively. Kamara, step back, up, no good, but he got fouled.
Excellent moves there by Boubacar Kamara. He was surrounded by 3 players there. All it took was a dribble and an excellent ball fake to get him moving, and he drew the foul here. Hopefully he can convert on the 2 free throws.
Kamara also did not play earlier this week. First shot is up, and it is good. Line drive free throw for Kamara makes it a 10-point game.
Kamara's really maturing as a big man. He came in there, hit a lot of size here. Was a little uncoordinated when he first started here, but he started to show some poise, started to show some excellent game-making decisions, and it showed that he can get to the hoop when the ball is in his hands.
Kamara shooting 67% of the season. Second shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound to Rockford. Jones freshly into the basketball game.
Falcons leading by double digits again. They need just to keep Rockford at bay here until about the 10-minute mark.
Jones with the ball against Kamara. Big man working on big man. Turnaround shot, and he got it to go. It looks like it's going to roll off the rim, but it went in, and it's an 8-point lead for Concordia. Inside, Caulfield, but ball tipped away. Caulfield gathers. Caulfield on the baseline. Loses the basketball. Trying to go through. Jump ball called. The bench for Rockford wanted to travel, and the ball will stay with Concordia.
Concordia needs to protect the ball a little better. They're doing their best here. They're attacking the basket. However, they're having the ball slapped right out of their hands on a few too many occasions for comfort.
Kamara at the 3-point line, looking to go somewhere. Now give Brody. Brody give Pace. Pace working his way down the end of the baseline. Ball tipped away from him, and will go out of bounds to Concordia.
Once again, the Falcons have the ball slapped right away. They need to protect the ball a little better. I'll say it again right now because it's happening play after play. They're just letting the ball get knocked out.
Brody down the baseline, fake the jump shot, no good. Rebound, Caulfield, no good. Rebound to Rockford. Ball knocked away, but Caulfield gets a foul called on him.
Falcons drawing the short straw here this half. That's their 4th foul. There's 12:40 left in the game. They need to be a little more careful because Rockford does not need free chances to get back into this basketball game.
O'Brien takes the inbound and will come up the floor. and he picked up his dribble. Freshman mistake by O'Brien. Now to Olsen, to Suki. Suki inside. Jones working on Kamara. Jones, turnaround jump shot again. No good this time. Out of bounds to Concordia.
Good defensive effort there by Concordia. Good decision to let that air ball just pass out of bounds there. A straight hand could have given Rockford a fresh 35.
Kegley up the floor on the right. Looking for a pick from Kamara. Gets one. Now between the circles. Kegley now back inside looking for Kamara. Ball tipped away. Here comes O'Brien. O'Brien up the floor quickly. Triple team. Now gets it to Olsen. Olsen works to Suki. Suki working inside on Brody. Shot up. No good. Rebound to Suki. Knocked away. Now he gathers. Goes back up, but he made it. 6-point lead for Concordia.
Despite the Falcons haven't called a timeout here, this is as close as Rockford has been since the half began.
Timeout called by Sean Cassidy. A full timeout as Concordia has seen their lead of 16 dwindle to 6 with 11:46 left in this basketball game.
And the Falcons, facing a team that we all know is fighting for some position here. Falcons with a no lead. We discussed it before in broadcast past. No lead is safe in a game of basketball, especially going into the halftime. Momentum can shift at any time here. In the last 2-3 minutes, the momentum has shifted more in favor of Rockford. Concordia came out roaring, but Rockford has pushed back.
So the region's playing a little bit more of their brand of basketball in the second half, forcing about a half dozen Concordia turnovers. As Concordia has now 10 turnovers on the game. Rockford with 12 turnovers on the game. But Concordia playing much more sloppily in the second half, and Rockford's taking advantage, making a 12-point lead at halftime. Now a 6-point lead. Concordia had extended that lead out to 16 points before Rockford went on its run, and now it's a 6-point lead for the Falcons. As it looks like Zielinski was about to check into the basketball game just after they called that timeout. I think Cassidy's a little sick of what's going on underneath and wants his big man back in the game. It's Zielinski, Pace, Jackson, Kegley, and Brody in the game for the Falcons. O'Brien, Andrade, Suki, Olsen, and Jones in the game. And it's a 2-3 zone for Rockford as Pace fires up a three and got it! Mark Pace with a wide open three, and it's a 9-point game.
Mark Pace, if he gets hot again, once again the momentum's going to shift again here. Falcons did the exact right thing. They made a statement coming right out of that timeout.
Olsen at 7 feet. Out Suki, wide open three, no good. Rebound long to Olsen. Jones, wide open three. No, he missed it. Tip up, no good. Rebound to O'Brien, who throws it up, and the ball is gathered by Pace. Some infighting there as Pace gets it. Now here comes Kegley, 3-on-1. Here comes lob pass. Zielinski, no, he couldn't get it. Zielinski up, thought he was fouled. They said all ball. Here comes Kegley, and he's finally fouled. Looked like they had about 4 or 5 slaps that could have been fouled there. Finally got one.
Yeah, John O'Brien hit the deck on the other end. There's a lot of contact in the last 30 seconds of basketball. And I thought Zielinski was fouled too going up there. Maybe I didn't see it, but finally Concordia gets the call.
You said they're letting them play. That might be an understatement at this point. Pace, another open three. That one's off the mark. Rebound to Zielinski. Zielinski up, no good. He missed it. Here's Brody. Brody with an offensive rebound. That's no good. He got his own. Oh, Brody again. Good.
Concordia's willingness to stick with those many opportunities finally pays off there. They can't play every possession like that, but you got to give them credit for staying with it.
How many shots do you want? Jones on the right. Some bumping up the floor as well. O'Brien. 10 and a half left. O'Brien down the baseline. O'Brien shoots. No good. Rebound tipped up. No good, but a foul. And I believe that will be on Concordia. Nope, it's going to be on Rockford. They're going to say Dixon went over the back.
Dixon did in fact go over the back. He tried to jump over Brian Jackson, and Brian Jackson took it like a champ there. It was a nice attempt there by Dixon to get to the basketball, but Brian Jackson wasn't going anywhere anytime soon.
So a 6-point lead at the break now is an 11-point lead for Concordia. Jackson at the elbow, shot, no good. Rebound to Kegley, another offensive rebound. Pace, give back to Kegley to set the offense. Guarded closely by O'Brien. Reset that shot clock. It's at 23 seconds. Kegley picked up his dribble. Give the ball to Zielinski. Zielinski looking. Now finds Brody. Brody Baseline, nothing there. Ball knocked away. Brody might have been fouled. Here comes Dixon. Dixon up the floor quickly. Up, no good, but a foul, and that'll be the third on the big man Zielinski.
Zielinski there unfortunately had to put a hand out there to avoid completely colliding with Dixon. Could have been a clean block, but unfortunately physics just took over there because you had to put your hand out there reflexively.
Dixon to the line. 9:39 left in the ball game. It's now a 10-point lead as Dixon makes the first. 10-point lead for Concordia. Second shot for Dixon is up, and it is no good. Rebound to the Falcons and Steve Brody.
Falcons so far his rebounding has been excellent here, even on the offensive end.
Kegley, give Brody. Brody thought about the three, passed it up, now give to Zielinski, and a foul is called on Jones.
Once again, we're just inside the 10-minute mark. Both teams have, had 5 fouls. Now Rockford moves up to 6, so it's going to be a bonus situation here soon for the Falcons.
Jackson inside, working his way in. Shot up, no good. Rebound, knocked to the bounce, and it'll be Concordia basketball.
Both these teams hustling for every loose ball is the way it should be. Concordia, once again, is not doing favors to their shooting percentage here with the amount of second opportunities are great, but he wanted to go in on the first try as much as possible.
Referees conversing over on the left side, and one referee will now go to they're going to say reset the shot clock. So we're going to have fresh 35 here for Concordia. They said Jones had possession of the basketball before it went out of bounds. Jackson takes the inbound. Give back Kegley. Kegley now to Pace. Pace thought about the three, passed it up. Tries working baseline. Nothing going there. Give back Brody. Brody back to Pace. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Kegley. Kegley now to Brody. Brody to Pace. On the right side this time. Pace step back. Almost shot it. Passed it up. Now to Brody. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brody setting up the offense. Looking for a pick. Brody fires up a long three. No good. Off the front rim. Tipped up. Guard. Gathered by Jackson. Jackson fires from three. No good. Rebound to Rockford.
Jackson got a little over-ambitious there. After literally saving getting a fresh 35, there was no point in that one.
O'Brien's three-pointer quickly is no good. Rebound to Pace, and he pushes it. Here he comes. Give Jackson. Jackson, had Zielinski wide open. Pass over to Kegley. Kegley wide open. Three. Got it! Kegley for three. 13-point lead for Concordia.
Casey Kegley once again. Falcons needed a little boost there in morale, and that was just the medicine right there.
O'Brien and Kegley pushed him over, but Ryan now inside to Dixon, and that shot is good. And again, they're letting him play. The referees must have somewhere to go after this basketball game. 61-50 Concordia lead. Kegley, another open three. No good. Rebound to Jackson on the long offensive rebound. Jackson forces one up. No good. Rebound to Rockford. And another more contact and no call. O'Brien wide open on the baseline. No good. Rebound to Brody. Ball tipped away. Gathered by Jackson. Here comes Pace.
A lot of contact out there. A lot of hands on the ball. That's not on offense. I'm getting exhausted just watching it.
Fastest way to make a game end quickly is by not calling a foul, apparently. Here's Zielinski. Zielinski give Kegley, ball knocked away. Kegley, and it's a foul on O'Brien. They finally call a foul here, and Kegley go to the line.
It was a good call there. O'Brien's called for the foul because he came down on top of Kegley's leg. As you said, there's a lot of contact out there, and that was the right call to make there, but do you think they would have blown the whistle a few more times in the last couple minutes?
After getting some attention on the sideline, Miller is back in the game after he took a break, and O'Brien checks out with his second foul. Kegley to the line for 1-1. First shot is up, and it is good for the senior. Couple big quick buckets for Kegley here.
Casey Kegley hit the three-pointer on a moment ago to spark Concordia a little bit more in the motivation department here. Playing a very excellent game there at the guard spot.
Bauer's getting ready to check in. Second is up and good. And he checks in for Pace. So it's Bowers, Jackson, Scholes, Zielinski, and Kegley on the floor for Concordia. Miller, Suki, Jones, Dixon, and Olsen on the floor for Rockford.
You haven't seen too much of Bowers this half here. It looks like Coach Sean Cassidy, with Scholes and Zielinski also in the game, is going to want to try to hammer it inside a little bit more here in the last 7 minutes.
Suki looking to get the ball inside, now to Dixon, no good. Rebound to Miller. Miller inside, Dixon, shot up and good, rattled around and in, and it is a 11-point lead for Concordia.
Rockford now showing what they can do with second opportunities.
Here's Kegley, left open again for three, got it! Well, you can't leave him more wide open.
You'd think Rockford would have learned their lesson by now. It was like Bowers gets called for a quick reckless foul in the reach-in.
Bowers with a foul trying to go for a steal. Checking into the game is Minifield, and he has an obvious limp as he comes into this basketball game. Bowers' third personal foul. The next foul for the Falcons puts the Regents on the line. Olsen into Miller. Miller looks to Minifield. Minifield give back Olsen. Olsen wide open three. Got it. Nothing but net for Olsen, and a timeout called by Rockford as they are down 11 points with 6:39 left in this basketball game.
Interesting stat here so far here. The Falcons have scored only half of what they scored in the first half. They scored 44 points the very first half. They've only hit the 22 mark here. I don't know whether it's because Concordia is shooting one kind of flat there or because Rockford was contesting absolutely everything here. The game's still wide open here. Concordia continues to surprise you. They went flat a couple times there, but they managed to stay in the lead. They have not betrayed the lead. Closest Rockford got was 6. And just when you think that Rockford is going to turn it around, another Concordia player steps, in this case Casey Kegley, hitting the 3-ball from downtown. And I don't know what, you mentioned, I don't know what Rockford was thinking, allowing him to get open again from beyond the arc.
Well, it looks like they may be switching on screens, but on the two plays, Kegley was wide open. They just didn't switch the screen, and so two players took the screener, and nobody took Kegley, leaving him with nobody around, and maybe a 6-foot radius of Casey Kegley. He could have set a camp up down there and made that three-pointer.
That's one of the best things about this Falcon offense is while the players do not score in double figures consistently, when one scorer goes cold, another one manages to step up to the plate and do the job.
6:39 left in the basketball game. It's an 11-point lead for the Concordia Falcons.
Falcons not out of the woods yet with an 11-point lead with 6.5 minutes left. That's a lot of time in a basketball game.
A lot of opportunity here as Jackson brings the ball up the floor. Give Bowers ball right out of his hands and out of bounds to the Regents.
It's a good look there by Brian Jackson. Bowers just didn't catch the basketball.
Miller to bring the ball up against Kegley. Now give to Suki against Scholes. Inside Minifield against Bowers. Minifield working on Bowers. Ball up. Blocked by Zielinski. Another block for the big man. Here comes Bowers. Bowers up ahead quickly. Bowers up. No good. Rebound to the Regents.
A lot of back and forth basketball here. No one seeming to be able to get the ball in the hoop anymore.
Minifield up quickly. Pass the ball out. Suki. Olsen. Wide open three. No good. Rebound to Miller. Miller gathers. Give to Minifield. Minifield thought about it. Passed it up. Now inside Dixon. Dixon guarded by Zielinski. Oh, in and out. No good. Rebound to Suki. Suki gathers. Ball stolen away by Zielinski. Concordia basketball.
Good step by Zielinski, and that's a little inexcusable there. That was the third opportunity the Regents had going for the basket there. You cannot allow them to get any of the second chances like that when you have such an obvious height advantage.
Kegley. Give to Bowers. Inside Zielinski. Zielinski drop step up and good.
Steve Zielinski, the big man, showing the poise he needs to show here. This is why they rested him for the majority of the half here. Now it's paying dividends.
Miller around the pick, guarded by Bowers. 5 minutes left in this basketball game. Concordia leads by 13. Here comes Minifield up the floor quickly. Ball blocked by Jackson, but a foul.
It looked like it was on Kegley, who also went up for the block. See what the call is.
It is on Kegley. Minifield will go to the line. Set out much of this half with foul trouble.
Both teams now in the bonus with 7 fouls apiece.
First for Minifield is up and good. Donaldson back into the game for Concordia.
The Falcons now have all their starters on the floor with the exception of Pace, who I'm assuming they're just resting because of how hot he's been. They want to let the other players do the work here. Just in case Rockford makes a comeback, they can get him back in there for a little added spark.
68-57, the second made free throw by Minifield. Trap press being employed by Rockford. Broken. Here comes Bowers. Bowers walked with the basketball. Bowers' eyes got a little bit too big and he didn't dribble. And it'll go back to the Regents.
Bowers took the extra step before the play was made there, unfortunately, because Concordia, once again, a textbook press break right there, passing right through it with little difficulty.
Would have had an alley-oop to Zielinski. Ball knocked away by Scholes. He knocked it out of Suki's hands. Here comes Scholes up the floor. Scholes up, no good, but a foul.
I don't know if Scholes knew that the guy was going to foul him or not, but he seemed to slow down there, almost daring Suki to come in there and foul him.
Suki collects the foul, his second foul. Scholes to the line for 2 with 4:37 left in the ball game, and Concordia holding on to an 11-point lead. First is up, and it is good.
Excellent hustle there by Mark Scholl. That steal came out of nowhere. Caught the player sleeping and just took it. Like I said, I think he almost was daring Scott Suki to come up to foul him because he seemed to slow down the step when he went up for the layup.
The 70% free throw shooter makes them both, and it's a 13-point lead for Concordia.
Concordia now in their comfort zone. Last 5 minutes, up by 13. They just need to play good defense and take as much clock as they can away from Rockford.
Miller with the ball. Looking to go inside. Instead goes to Minifield. Minifield from 17 feet is good. 70-59 Concordia. They drop the zone back they drop the trap back to a half-court trap. Here's Bowers, and he's fouled by Olsen.
Malcolm Bowers is the strongest free throw shooter. He's going to go to the line here. Falcons need to play strong on the board and keep the ball out of Rockford's hands with that 11-point lead.
They have Zielinski and Jackson both with their fair share of foul trouble so far today. Zielinski and Jackson on the blocks, as the first for Bowers is good. So Bowers makes the first. He likes this side of the floor anyway. The second shot for Bowers is up and is short. Rebound to Bowers. He gathered his own. Bowers tied up underneath, and it's a jump ball. That'll go back to the Regents.
Good also there by Malcolm Bowers there. Malcolm Bowers thought he was fouled, and he does have a case there with a lot of people just reaching in there, but that was a jump ball.
Quick update from the Aurora Lakeland game, and Aurora is up 7 with about 6 minutes left in the game. Miller. Outside right. Now give Dixon. Dixon shut up and no good. Rebound is Zielinski. He pulled it away from Minifield. Here's Donaldson.
Good clutch rebound there by Zielinski to keep Rockford from chipping away at that lead.
Donaldson wisely slowing the ball up, looking to use some clock here. 3:44 left in the game. Scholes inside. Zielinski. Zielinski right back to Donaldson. Donaldson looking for Zielinski, but nothing there. Give to Jackson. They'll slow it back up. 12 on the shot clock. 3.5 left. Zielinski underneath. Now Scholes for 3. No good. Rebound tipped up and out of bounds. That'll go to the Regents.
That was a nice look there by Scholes. If he didn't cock his elbows in so much, that probably would have went in there. Once again, physics wasn't kind to it. Bounced right out of the rim. Got all the confidence with he shot that ball.
Miller on the left. Give to Minifield. Just getting down to 3 minutes here. Suki, who has been quiet all day. Down the line. Up, no good, but he traveled and he went up and down, and the ball goes back to Concordia. Suki hesitated when he saw Zielinski under there.
Once again, we have to give credit to Mark Scholes too for staying in front of him and forcing Suki to try to make that play, and then bounce out there when he realized he was defended by not 1 but 2 Falcons.
Ball stolen away by Suki. Here comes Miller, back to Suki. Suki up, and he got the shot and the foul.
That was not the smartest move by Donaldson. I know he was a little frustrated there, but going for that swipe there was not the thing they need right now, because now Rockford has a chance to make it a 9-point game, and we still have 2 minutes and 56 seconds left in this game. That's a lot of time left on the clock.
The Regents 11-16 so far from the free throw stripe. That ball is short. Rebound to Scholes, and more importantly, the Regents cannot set up that trap zone. Donaldson trapped at half court. Give to Bowers. Bowers on the outside. Now down the lane. Bowers up. No good, but he's fouled. Dixon not happy that he collected that foul.
Once again, the Falcons attacking the basket here down the stretch here. They still haven't put Mark Pace in here. They put it in a lineup that's not afraid to go after the basket. And right now, it's once again, they're going to the line. They're shooting free throws. Malcolm Bowers, not the best free throw shooter, but when he's hot, he's hot. And this could be Rockford's undoing the foul situation.
More substitutions in the game. Jones in the game. Olsen in the game as well for the Regents, along with Suki, Dixon, and Miller. First for Bowers, up and good. 11-point lead for Concordia.
Malcolm Bowers having one of his better free throw shooting days here. That puts the lead back to 11, and these are going to count down the stretch.
Second shot for Bowers is up and good. Mysteriously, Mark Pace still on the bench for Concordia. 12-point lead for the Falcons. Inside, looking for Olsen. Olsen working on Bowers. Olsen up, no. He passes to Jones. Jones outside to Miller. Miller looking for some space. Now working the baseline. A little block there, but nothing called. There's Dixon. Dixon on the baseline. Running shot up and good.
10-point game yet again. Rockford used a little more time than they probably should have on that play here, but they're still in this basketball game. Still 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Comes the half-court trap. Bowers down the lane. Inside, no. Looking for Zielinski, but the ball is knocked out of bounds. He had Zielinski wide open underneath and did not pass him the ball right away.
Falcons now with 27 on the shot clock here. Just need to take their time, wear that clock down, and look for the very smart shot.
10-point lead. We've got 2 minutes left in this basketball game. 10-point lead for the Falcons. Donaldson. They're playing some keep away now. 18 on the shot clock. Donaldson is still with the ball. 2 minutes left. Here's Jackson. Jackson to Bowers. Bowers looking to go inside. Nothing really there. Forces a shot up and he got it. Unbelievable. Malcolm Bowers. It's 12-point lead.
Malcolm Bowers once again proving that he can make the possible out of the impossible when it comes to getting inside.
Long cross-court pass. Jones will take a three. No good. Rebound to Bowers. 1:35 left in the game. Here's the trap. Give to Bowers. Bowers across the midcourt stripe. Back to Donaldson. Donaldson over to Scholes. Scholes holds and gives back to Donaldson. Donaldson inside. Bowers. Bowers looking for Zielinski. Does. Finds him and it's up. No good. Zielinski got fouled as he was going in for the dunk.
Falcons wanted to put the exclamation point on tonight's game. Right now, it may already be too late for Rockford. Zielinski's not the best free throw shooter, but a 12-point lead with 1:19. That window of opportunity is dwindling and dwindling away.
Zielinski will get two. First shot is up, and it is good for Steve Zielinski. 13-point lead for Concordia. The big man, senior from Brown Deer. Second shot is good. Zielinski makes them both, and it is a 14-point lead for the Falcons with 1:19 left in the game.
Falcons just need to play smart defense, avoid the foul, and when you get the ball back, just hold on to it and let them follow you.
Miller up, no good. Rebound to Jackson. Concordia will bring the ball up very slowly. 1:03 left in the game. 25 on the shot clock. Bowers across the court. Here's Scholes. No pressure being applied. They will concede the loss here. The victory will go to Concordia as no pressure being applied so far by Rockford. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 40 seconds left in the game. Bowers back to Scholes. Scholes over, and now the ball is taken away by Miller. The pass intercepted. Here he comes. 33 seconds left. Give Suki. Long three. Good. He hit it. 11-point lead. Shot clock is off.
Falcons just need to wait it out now.
Ball stolen away again. Here comes Dixon. Dixon down the line. No good. Rebound tipped out. Dixon gathers. Ball tipped out of bounds now on the pass by Jackson. It'll stay with the Regents.
You have to admit, Rockford not conceding anything, playing each possession to the last, but at the same time, Concordia not really giving them anything here. Still have a lead, 15.7 left, and the Falcons, their seniors, get to say goodbye on a high note.
You'd think that a team that plays this up-tempo, and a shot missed there by Miller, and it'll be gathered by Donaldson. They'll run this one out. One, and that'll do it. Concordia wins 77-66 on the power of Mark Pace and some timely shooting by Casey Kegley. The Falcons win this one by 11 points and really played some pretty sloppy basketball to start the second half, turned the ball over a lot, but then shored that up as the game went on.
Very, very true. I've always said it's a sprint. It's not a marathon here. The Falcons had themselves a few weak spots to deal with here and there, but they did the right things when it counted. They kept Rockford back. Rockford never let in the game. The Falcons were in control of their destiny. They played the right kind of game. Mark Pace, Malcolm Bowers needed to be singled out for some special recognition for the way they took control of the basketball game when they needed to. But you can't ignore bench players like Casey Kegley and Mark Scholes, who also contributed greatly off the bench and provided an extra spark here when the Falcons needed it.
Concordia improves to 10-3 in the conference and 15-7 overall. Rockford falls to 6-7 in the conference, 8-14 overall, and we'll be watching the outcome of the Aurora-Lakeland game. It looks like Aurora is up 7 points with about 2 minutes left in the basketball game. So if Lakeland loses, Concordia now moves a full one less loss ahead of Lakeland in the conference, and Lakeland will fall into a tie for second place with Marion. So Concordia wins here by 11 points, 77-66 for everyone behind the scenes. And Nathan Kerner, I'm Bill Miller. You've been watching the Falcon Network.